Welcome back. It is Friday, July 7th in the MLB, and my three favorite picks are on the way. What's going on, everyone? It's Logan from Calling Our Shot. I'm doing a solo video today because Austin's internet is so bad where he's at, but we're still going to get some winners without him, even though it is just me holding down the fort. Let's real quick do a recap of yesterday, as we always do. A 1-1-1 day in baseball, just kind of a weird day overall. Luckily, Lane Thomas over 1.5 bases cash for us. We needed a miracle there. Lane Thomas, the GOAT, pulled it out for us. Oakland, Detroit under 9. That one pushed. That was kind of a tough one. I mean, when one team scores all the runs just to push it, that one stung. But, at least we took a push on that one. And then Barrios over 2.5 earned runs. That was a bad read on my part. He cooked him again. Yeah, White Sox just first pitch swinging. Jose Barrios just absolutely dealt in that one. But we're gonna get this 3-0 sweep today. I really do love the picks. And speaking of something else I do also love, our parlay of the day is back. Top link in the description. Go check that out. We do write for dimers. It's another hit parlay. We've cashed the last 2 hit parlays. Can we make it 3 in a row? The perfect clean sweep this week. I really do like the picks we cooked up. Last point of note though, Bet365 offer. Get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $1 on any game today. To claim, go to the top link in the description, deposit $10. Make a $1 money line on any game today. Even if your bet loses, you'll get the bonus. So definitely check that out. It's available in New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Colorado, and Iowa. But without further ado, let's talk about the picks today. And where are we going? We're going to a controversial money line pick. Taking the Brewers on the money line, -120 odds on DraftKings. Look, I know right off the bat it's controversial because everyone always yells at me when I try to fade these Cincinnati Reds. Logan, the Reds are red hot. Why do you keep trying to fade them? Well, because they have a horseshoe stuck up you know where, and I believe once that horseshoe falls out, this team is kind of going to experience some regression. This is not an easy spot to back the Reds. Yes, their starting pitcher has a low ERA. Yes, they do hit the ball well. But road divisional games are no joke. This isn't an easy spot to pick them. I think once again, you look at yesterday how the Reds won. They won another close game in extra innings. I mean, how many of those types of games can they keep winning? The Brewers also know a thing or two about playing in close games from that Cubs series. Took blown leads, blown saves and everything. I just trust the Brewers in this spot a lot more, and we'll talk about why. You've got Burns starting for the Brewers today. 4.00 ERA and a 1.13 whip on the year for Corbin Burns. He's been up and down. I mean, when he's on though. Last time he faced these Reds, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. Milwaukee ended up winning that game 5-4 the last time he faced them. So he got some run support, which is important today. Now Cincinnati hitting .336 on the road in their last 3 games. That's a ridiculous batting average. I mean, can they keep that up? I would be really surprised if they did against a guy like Corbin Burns. He has the strikeout pitches. He has the 0-2 count. He has the pitch to put these batters away. I hope he's on and dealing today because if he is, he can certainly shut down this offense. Now, who's starting for the Reds today? It's Andrew Abbott. 1.21 ERA and a .88 whip for Andrew Abbott. Those numbers are really, quite ridiculous. They're great. Is he due some regression? Yeah, I don't think he's a sub-2 ERA kind of guy. I know, hot take there. But the last time Abbott faced the Brewers, he went 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. Cincinnati ended up winning that game 2-0. Low-scoring game. The Reds eked that one out. But Milwaukee, the reason why I'm picking them is because I trust them to bring the bats today. Milwaukee's been decent versus lefties, hitting .282 in their last 3 games versus left-handed pitching. Milwaukee also hitting .257 in their last 3 home games. It's a Brewers offense that is really up and down. The reason why they really struggle to take any hold of this division is because some days they're scoring 6 runs, some days they're getting shut out. I expect them to actually, play up to their competition today. I always worry about the Brewers when they're playing down to their competition, but the Reds aren't going to, catch anybody by surprise anymore. I expect the Brewers to come out and give it their absolute best today. You got in the bullpens, Milwaukee 19th in bullpen ERA, Cincinnati 14th in bullpen ERA. So a slight advantage there for the Reds. But, even though Milwaukee has had their fair share of bullpen meltdowns, we saw Devin Williams blowing those saves. I mean, he's a better guy than that. I still would favor this Milwaukee bullpen a little bit more, just from the eyeball test, because this Reds bullpen is sometimes what requires their offense to actually have to pull out these late game wins. I mean, how many times have I seen the Reds bullpen blow a game and then they need the rescuing from their offense late game? I mean, that's just, to me, that's not a sustainable way to win in baseball all the time. And eventually these books will sharpen up a little bit more. Yeah, they've just been giving out free plus money on the Reds constantly. To me, this is a bad spot for them. I expect, you know, the Brewers to definitely give them their A game, and I expect the Brewers to actually win this game. I know a lot of people are going to be like, I can't fade the Reds. Then don't fade the Reds. But that's how I see that one. Now let's go to my second pick, which is a player prop, and I'm taking Matt Olson of the Atlanta Braves over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Minus 110 odds on DraftKings is currently your best value there. Now, if you're not playing on DraftKings, first of all, DraftKings to me is the best sports book to bet baseball, and it just has so many different types of first fives, team totals, and obviously player props. So I would suggest really getting that book, if it's available in your area. If you need a pivot for this one, if you just don't have DraftKings, I'd parlay maybe Acuna and Matt Olson to both get a hit. That's plus 110 odds. I mean, there's more pathways to victory for a HRR prop, which is what we're taking, which is why I do like this one over a hit parlay. Because in a hit parlay, you know, a few walks and strikeouts, and it's cooked. But I really do like Matt Olson's matchup against Tyler Glasnow today. In his career, you know, he's only faced Glasnow a few times. Olson's 0 for 4 against Glasnow. But I expect there to be some opportunities for him to do damage. First of all, the Braves offense lives on base, right? In a hits, runs, and RBI prop, you need a guy that's going to have some RBI opportunities and some run opportunities. Those two things are definitely there in this ridiculous Braves offense. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I see Matt Olson come up, and there's always a guy on base. So that's what you like to see, and we know how aggressive the Braves are on the base path. So could they steal and get into scoring position for Matt Olson to hit him home? Absolutely. And Glasnow struggles versus lefties. Glasnow allows a 293 batting average to lefties compared to only a 175 batting average to righties. That's kind of why I like this one. Glasnow really struggles versus left-handed hitters. Last time I watched him against the Mariners, they were talking about that on the telecast, which is actually kind of how I was alerted to. I was like, next time Glasnow faces a really good left-handed hitter, I might want to target one of those props. And I actually kept this one in the back of my mind. And I'm like, Matt Olson fits this one to a T. So obviously he is struggling versus left-handed hitters. Just the way his pitches kind of break, you know, favors left-handed hitters. And Matt Olson, a really capable hitter. He's hitting 269 with 25 home runs, 56 RBIs against righties this year. He's really seen right-handed pitching well. And Matt Olson's also a player with several multi-hit games this year, which obviously there's plenty of ways to cash an HRR prop, which is why I think it's actually one of those bets that we have an advantage on the books. That's why not all the books offer. FanDuel is sort of, they're risk averse. They hesitate to offer this market because they know there's several pathways to victory. You know, Matt Olson could get walked and, you know, get hit in. That would count as a run. So there's a lot of opportunities today. And even when Glasnow comes out, this Rays bullpen is anything but consistent. I mean, I don't trust them to do anything. We saw them sort of melt down against the Phillies yesterday. And that was one they could have and should have maybe even won. I really do think Matt Olson's a really good player to target in this one. And that's why we're going to take him as our second pick and our player prop of the day. But guys, it's been a long time since I've got to do this. And I got to go find the music. Blacked out. NRFI Nation. Just let it run through your veins real quick. We do have a NRFI today, and we're going to a NRFI that I really like this spot. You know, Austin and I have kind of taken a break from no run first innings. You know, betting them every single day. I've just seen so much BS in baseball recently, especially in the first inning. You got a lot of nervous pitchers, but these two guys I really do want to target. And we're going to the Phillies versus Marlins game, and I'm taking the no-run first inning. Minus 124 odds on FanDuel is currently your best value there. Now we're trusting this is like a NRFI legacy game because it's our GOAT, Sandy Alcantara, and Zach Wheeler on the other side. These are two very, very capable pitchers to get us this no-run first inning. It's not like I just wake up every day trying to bet a NRFI these days. I'm trying to pick my spots. I think this is a really great spot. You know, Sandy Alcantara starting for the Marlins. 14-3 on no run first innings this year. Sandy is just, I mean, he's our NRFI GOAT for a reason. He won us so many no run first inning bets last year. Can he come through for us once again this year? He's facing a formidable Phillies offense. I mean, the Phillies are 7th in first inning runs, so I mean, they're certainly good. But in his last start, and this is kind of why I'm targeting Sandy, I watched Sandy get out of a bases-loaded jam in the first inning in a road start versus the Braves. That was a really tough spot. I was like, if I watched that game, I was like, if Sandy can hold this down, maybe he is once again, you know, our NRFI GOAT. I'm optimistic he can bring that sort of energy and that wizardry that he always has been in the first inning. I'm optimistic he can bring that to us today, because the reason why he's our NRFI GOAT, and I just don't throw that out there, is because he always has a knack for getting out of those first inning jams, and that's what you need with a no-run first inning bet. You need a pitcher that even with a guy and runner in scoring position, he can get out of that jam. And then on the other side, you've got Zach Wheeler starting for the Phillies. He's 14-3 on no-run first innings as well. So you got two pitchers, 14-3, you know, each of their records on no-run first innings. So they definitely know how to pitch in the first inning and not come out like nervous Nellies, because this year I've seen so many bad pitchers just come out and forget how to pitch in the first inning. The Marlins, 29th in first inning runs. The over-under to this game is set to 7.5. They're not expecting a ton of runs in this one, but I definitely think we can keep them out of the first inning, and I think this is a really solid spot to target the NRFI. Like I said, guys, we don't just wake up trying to bet a NRFI every single day. I think this one stands a solid chance at cashing, and a decent value too. If this one goes up to like -140, -150, I might consider staying away, just because there's, you know, it's hard to find value there. But at that -120-ish range, I definitely think it stands a good chance at cashing. That will do it for the picks today. Let's do a quick recap and talk about them. We got the Brewers on the money line, got Matt Olson over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, and we've got the Phillies versus Marlins no-run first inning. Thank you guys so much. Austin should be back tomorrow in better internet, but hopefully it would be really cool if we got a 3-0 sweep without him and I got to put the broom in his face. That would be really fun, but I do like the picks today. I think they stand a good chance at cashing. This has been Logan. Catch you guys tomorrow. See ya.